Welcome everyone. Today we are going to be talking about prime numbers and composite numbers. So you need to get out this sheet from your math materials. You need to get out this chart and your math notebook with some scissors and glue and a pencil. Alrighty, we are going to talk about prime and composite numbers, but before we talk about that, let's review some factors because these factors are going to help you decide if numbers are prime or composite. So let's go over the number 12. We're going to list all the factors of 12. 1 times 12 gives me 12. Then I move to 2. 2 times 6 gives me 12. 3 times 4 gives me 12. But if I move to 4, they repeat. 4 and 4 repeat. So that tells me that I am done with those factors. So then I make my U shape and I list out my factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. But what if we had a number like 5? 1 times 5 gives me 5. And if I try to do 2 times something, that wouldn't give me 5. 3 times something wouldn't give me 5 definitely. So nothing else can multiply to get to 5. So my factors are 1 and 5. Well, I did this example to help you to show you what these factors are and how it can tell the difference between a composite number and a prime number. A composite number has more than 2 factors. Right here on 12, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has 6 factors. It has more than 2 factors, and it makes it a composite number. But you're going to find numbers that only have 2 factors. So when a number has 2 factors only, that makes it a prime number. All right, let's do some more examples. So right here on this worksheet, you are going to need to cut out the prime numbers and the composite numbers. Do not worry about the bottom part. This was meant for 2 people, but you're by yourself, so you only need the top part. All right, so once you cut those out, you're going to need to glue them down. So I would put some glue on the back of here and a glue right here to make them little flaps, just like this. And I will take a picture of this and post this on the math slide so you can get the exact notes down. So a prime number is 2 unique factors, one in itself, just like we saw with 5. So prime numbers only has 2 factors, one in itself. So 7 can be prime because 1 times 7 is 7, but nothing else can get me to 7. Nothing else can multiply to get me to 7. So some numbers that are prime: 7, 17, 19, 13, and 5. Those are some example of primes because you cannot get anything besides 1 times itself for that. Let's move on to composite numbers. They are more than 2 factors. So like you saw in the 12, it had 6 factors. So it is definitely a composite number. So this has more than 2 factors. So we have 8 right here. 1 times 8 is 8. But 2 can also get multiplied by 4 to give me 8. This already has 2 or more factors. So you can say that 8 is a composite number. A little tip right here: all even numbers are composite because 2 is a factor of all. So if you were to look at all the even numbers, you would know immediately that they are composite. But 2 is a prime number because 2 times 1 equals 2, but nothing else can multiply by 2. So some numbers that are composite: 15, 14, 20, 27, 24. So let's look at this chart right here. So we have some prime numbers and some composite numbers. And we have the numbers right here circled that are prime. So that means that you can only multiply it 1 by itself. When I say by itself, that means it's number. So you can see a good amount, not all of it, but out of 100, the ones that are circle are prime. But then you notice that the composite numbers, all those that are x'd out, are actually composite because it has more than 2 factors. All right, so for today, you are going to have to do some examples. We're going to give you some numbers, and you are going to decide if it's a prime or a composite number.